Hey everyone, it's Shelby here. Welcome back to A Little Literary Love. I'm glad y'all are with me today. So today I'm going to be going over my June TBR. So this is going to be sort of different, but also not different from what I usually do. Over the past year or so, I've been doing like seasonal TBRs. So I'll do one for spring, summer, fall, winter, you get it. Just because like I'm such a mood reader, and so I feel like my taste changed so much. So I decided I tried the seasonal TBR, and I mean, it was kind of working for a little bit. And then I went over my spring TBR and I only read like 5 out of the 23 books that I had for my spring TBR. Because different things kind of got in the way. I had some different plans, and then I started arc reading and signing up for different arcs. So I don't know. I'm going to try doing maybe a monthly TBR again, or maybe periodically doing a TBR. It's just, I tried to make a summer TBR for myself, and my brain just didn't want to do it. Like, it overwhelmed me because I've signed up for all these arcs throughout the summer and I don't know which ones I'm going to get yet. So my brain is only allowing me to think 1 month at a time at the moment because of these. Like, June has a ton of new releases that I'm like really excited about. Um, if I remember, I will try to link my Instagram posts that I did about all the different releases that are coming out in June, because there's a lot of ones that I have my eye on. And then, like I said, I've applied for some different arcs that I'm hoping I get. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I can't really like project out enough to do like a full like 3 month kind of TBR at the moment. So I think I'm going to try out just again this monthly one. I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I do that in a lot of my videos. So I'm sorry about that. But we're going to be doing June TBR. I have put 10 books on my list for June, which I'm hoping I will be able to get to all of these. Because some of these are novellas. And like in May, I was able to read, I think I read like 18 books. Like, I got pretty up there in May, so I feel like my reading habits are starting to amp up back up again. Um, yeah, so anyway, we'll see how it goes. So the first few books that I'm going to be talking about are actually new releases for June. And so I'll mention like when they're releasing, and I'm really hoping that I get to all of these. So first is going to be Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. This comes out June 4th. This is actually like my group of friends that I have. We have our own book club. This is our book club pick for June because we all read the first book of the series. I can't remember what the series is called. We read the first book of the series back in January, and basically all of us loved it. There's one girl that we've added to our book club that didn't love it. But we've like already decided like it's a done deal. Like, this is going to be our book club pick. So this, of course, is it's a dark rom-com about like serial killers. I believe the female main character of this one is a serial killer, and then the male character is a hired hitman or a contact killer. So then there's a bunch of other different kinds of tropes in here. There's marriage of convenience, touch her and die. I don't know. I don't know who the characters are. I haven't really like looked too much into it. I'm ready to dive into this one. So I have that one on my list. Then I have Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. This comes out June 11th, and I am dying to read this one, mostly because I don't know, there's something about this cover that just really captivates me and reels me in, and I just want to read it so bad. I've only read one Danielle Allen book before. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed her writing, and I have so many of her books on my TBR that I want to get to. I really want to read more Danielle Allen. She has a long backlist. So I'm super excited about this one. This is about a curvy female, and her family is all like, your biological tick is talking, or biological clock is ticking. Excuse me if I can talk. And they're like, you need to kind of settle down, but nobody is going to want you because of how large you are. So she goes to a bar and she kind of starts chatting with this bartender there, and he's like, hey, you should try online dating. And then it sounds like maybe she just keeps coming back to him, and I'm assuming talking about her adventures in dating in the online world, and potentially has a romance with this bartender. I'm so excited for this one. I want to read it so bad. I want it in my hands. I want to own this book. It's so gorgeous and I love it. And I'm really, really hoping that I like this book. Then I have Honeycut by Sierra Simone. This is the second book of the Lyonese trilogy. I have been anticipating this since I read Salt Kiss as soon as it came out last year, which was the first book of the series. So this is a like a Tristan and Isolde retelling. And so this one is going to be from Isolde's point of view. And I'm just so looking forward to this one because I absolutely love Sierra Simone. She is my diehard all-time favorite writer, favorite author, and I know this is going to have lots of that ooey gooey, emotional turmoil, angsty goodness to it. So again, this is going to be from Isolde's point of view. She is a spy for the Catholic Church, and she is tasked by the Catholic Church to get married to Mark, who is a business owner, and he also like owns a sex club. So she is getting married to him, but she finds herself falling in love with his bodyguard. And then it says throughout this one, then she also starts to fall in love for Mark. Um, the bodyguard is Tristan. Tristan is already in love with Mark, and now he's also starting to fall for Isolde. So you can understand that it's just going to be a big mess. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait. Then the other book that I have that's a new release that comes out on June 18th is going to be My Summer Girl by Maeve Black. I have signed up for an ARC for this one and I should be getting this. This book was supposed to come out on the 4th, but she ended up having to push it back because she is doing, I think, beta readers for this one, and she hasn't done that for other novellas. I really enjoyed her other two novellas that she did. So this is about one of the other, like all of her novellas, it's about this like siblings that are cupids. So this one is another sibling in this one, but this one is, and I've again tried not to look too much about this, but I'm super excited for it because it's a monster romance and it's polyamorous. And I believe it has one non-binary character. So I don't know. I'm super excited and I can't wait to read this one. And then I think the last one that I have on my list that is going to be a new release that I for sure want to get to in the month of June. There's a ton more that I want to read, but realistically, I know I'm just not going to be able to get to all of them in June, but I will at some point probably read all of them. So anyway, the next one that I have on my list is going to be The Princess and the Pack by Fallon English. I'm so excited for this one. This is basically Omegaverse with a wide shoes, reverse harem, polyamory, whatever you want to call it, scenario meets The Princess Bride is what it's been pitched to me. And I was so excited for this one. I've actually kind of know the author for this one. I was in a group chat with her of people that were going to the Readers Take Denver book convention. So I kind of got to know her a little bit. I wouldn't say that I'm actually friends with her because I feel like I didn't actually like talk to her that much. But I do kind of know her and she's the sweetest person ever. Like absolutely the sweetest person. I'm so happy for her. This is her debut novel. And I'm so excited for it. It sounds like it's going to be super cute and cozy, but also steamy. Also, apparently, she's like kind of doing like Bridgerton tie-ins, so maybe it gives a little bit of Bridgerton vibes, but with like an Omegaverse polyamory scenario. I don't know. I'm here for it. So I believe this is MFMM. I believe that's all the characters. It might be more, but because I can never count right. But I'm super excited for it. Then I totally forgot I had a physical copy of this one. I have 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I've had this on my list to read since I went to a Tia Williams and Kennedy Ryan signing back in March. And I was dying to try to read this, and then I still have yet to get to it. And I figured since June is in the title, I have to read it in June. Like, it's going to happen. I have to do it. And this book sounds so cute. This is like a second chance romance of these two characters met when they were like teenagers, and then over time, like, they're both writers, and they've been like sort of writing to each other in their works, and then they go to, I think, a writer's retreat or something in and have, I'm assuming they're going to have a fling together, and I just think it sounds so good. Like, I cannot wait to read this, and it's just I don't know why I haven't, but I need to get to it now. Then I have a couple books that were on my prior spring TBR and I didn't get to them. One is going to be Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in her, is this Chestnut Springs? Is that what the series is? I think I can never remember any series titles, but this is a small town romance, cowboy, single dad, and his nanny romance. And I've heard people like love this book. Like, this one, and maybe one of the other books in the series is like everybody's favorite book from this series. And I've been wanting to read it, and I just keep putting it off and reading other things and whatever. So I'm gonna read this one, and then I also have it sounds kind of similar, honestly. Then I have Irresistible by Melanie Harlow. I've been wanting to read Melanie Harlow. I've never read anything from her, but I hear, again, amazing things about her. She's another author that writes a lot of small town, which might be why I've kind of been pushing some of these off, because small town is just honestly like not my favorite thing, and small town is like huge right now. As far as like romances, like tropes go, it's like a big, like, it's everywhere. Anyway, so this is another small town romance, and this is another single dad and nanny, and apparently she's also his boss's daughter. So I think she's like coming in to like be his like part-time nanny for his kids or something. So I'm really excited to try this out. Because again, I've heard really good things. And then the last two books that I have for my TBR are books that were suggested to me from either people here on YouTube, or I did post on my Instagram. I only had one response, which was kind of sad, of books that were suggested to me to read in June. So I'm going to try to keep that up for July in the coming months. So be on the lookout for that. So I have, the first book is the one that was suggested to me, one of the books at least, excuse me, that was suggested to me by this one person. I'm not really exactly sure who they are. On Instagram, this is Cramming with a Kraken by Darcy R. Acula. Sorry if I keep looking down, I'm reading my notes. But this is supposed to be a paranormal romance at an academy, and this is, the female main character is a kraken, and she's trying to keep it secret, and then she catches the eye of, it says, the golden boy on campus, and it sounds like he kind of like gets under her skin. I thought this sounded cool because I was like, it's the female that is the monster in this scenario, which I don't get a ton of. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then it kind of gives me like almost, I'm wondering if this is going to be like, It kind of gives me maybe like Black Cat Golden Retriever vibes. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but you know. So this was recommended to me by Inbox 1843. It kind of, honestly, I'm sorry to say this if you're watching, it almost kind of sounds like a fake account. I don't know, but that's the only one that responded, and it sounded kind of cool, so I'm gonna go with it, and we'll see what happens. And then from YouTube, I had somebody recommend the first and third books from Extracurricular Activities, I think is what the series is called, by Neve Wilder. I've already read the first book, so Show Me is the third book of this series, and she's the person, I'm assuming she couldn't, maybe it's not a she, anyway, the person that recommended this said that they're all like standalones basically. So I'm going to read Show Me and see how that goes. This is recommended to be by Anna YC5OV. So this is a male story. This is in college, and it sounds like maybe friends to lovers or slash roommates. And one of them is wanting to start doing like camera sex work to make some extra money and needs help with it. So this sounded really good. I'm really excited to try this one out. It sounds very sexy. And yeah, and I mean, that's a perfect pick for Pride Month for June. I realize I don't actually have a ton of books. Well, maybe, because I've got Show Me would be good. That's a male romance. Honeycut is absolutely a LGBTQ romance because at least two, if not all three of the main characters are bisexual. My Summer Girl LGBTQ romance, and then potentially The Princess and the Pack. I don't know if any of the men in this Why Choose story are LGBTQ because some of them are not. So I don't know. I'll figure that when I dive in. But anyway, I feel like I've done enough rambling for this video. But yes, so that is going to be the books that I have on my list that I'm planning to read in June. And hopefully I don't get too mood readery and delve like too far away from this. But you never know what happens. So leave a comment down below with some of the books that you're looking forward to reading in June. Leave a thumbs up button if you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. And otherwise, I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.